NFL, 4 stops to start the game. I've never heard of that.
I've never seen it done the way we did it. I think they had 2 completions in those four drives. So normally there's a turnover here and there, but we did it with 4 actual stops. There was no turnovers. We had 4 and outs, which is very hard to do. Our defense is playing well right now.
Classic defense, really, and it's been the story of the season, I think, as you look back at it in retrospect.
It has. Even the games we lost, our defense kept us in the games and kept it close when we weren't playing so well offensively. So, they're huge right now for us. They're playing with a lot of confidence.
I want to talk about one other thing that we really didn't bring out in the highlights, but you'll see it here. Although we didn't have a huge game, Tiger Jones had another solid game, and in the process went over 2,000 yards for the season and becomes only the first player ever in AFL history to accomplish 2,000 yards in a season 3 different times, 3 years in a row, in fact.
Super consistent. That's what you say about Tiger Jones. He's going to be there day in, day out, which is hard to do with that position. And you ask most coaches, you got to take 8 receivers into a season basically, because that's how many injuries are going to happen. And Tiger seems to be there week in, week out, and that's how you get those kind of yardage. And he makes plays. He's going to catch the ball. He's going to get open. He's our go-to guy.
In Tiger's absence, Andre Thurman has really become an important part of your offense. And we've had him on the show a couple of times now, and I didn't realize it. He's been around so long. He caught passes from you.
Oh, you ain't got to say it like that.
Well,
I'm that old, and he's that old, but he's been around. He's been around a while. He's our go-to. As far as
go-to guy.
He does everything for us. Offense, returning kicks. He played some jack linebacker the other night for us. He runs the ball as well. Thurman's just a consistent player, kind of like Tiger as far as his durability. He's going to be there. He's going to be where he's supposed to be. He's a great leader on and off the field. Can't say enough about it.
He really impressed us here on the show. Smart guy, wants to be a coach. Said that he asks you questions constantly throughout the year about coaching techniques and such.
No question. He could be a coach right now. He is a coach for us. He's putting the young guys in the right positions. He's helping with meetings. Him and Tiger, Dan, that's the good thing about our group. We've got a bunch of veterans, and no one's talking over somebody. They're all listening. If somebody has something to say, they're listening.
Nice group that you have right now, including the guy that we're going to meet in a couple of minutes here, who is your tight end. Now, understand in the AFL that you have a 3-man offensive line, center, guard, and the other one's sort of a guard too, but he designates himself as a receiver when he walks up to the line of scrimmage, and this is Jason Jones.
Yep, he's a good one. We're fortunate to get him, late in the season actually, as far as recruiting, and actually Tiger Jones pushed this to him because he'd played with him before, and it's been a great pickup for us and been consistent.
We'll talk with you at the end of the show about your big final remaining regular season game at San Antonio and why it is important, even after 17 games in the books already. With Clint Dozel, he'll be back. But coming up next, you'll meet the big tight end that we were talking about, Jason Jones, and Larico Stevenson coming off a terrific defensive game against San Jose. In Philadelphia's latest win, they go to 12-5. You'll find out why as we continue. With the Soul Insider, brought to you by Foods Galore.
Ticket packages are available for the next Soul home game. Call the ticket office at 888-789-SOUL or PhiladelphiaSoul.com.
10 years is a long time. 100,000 miles is a long way. So choose the Hyundai Sonata and come with the assurance of America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. And now, during the 100,000 Reasons event, see why the Sonata is ranked most dependable midsize car by J.D. Power and Associates.
Get a Sonata and save up to $2,500 or get 0% APR and no payments for 90 days. Hurry to your local Hyundai dealer today.
In Radnor, Newtown, Hamilton, Somers Point, and the Borgata.
Remember this name, Lundy Law. And now, the Stuff Pain Stuff of the game.
Sean Kaiser really has it in gear right now, just like most of the Philadelphia Soul at the right time of the year. Their winning streak continues with a big win in San Jose. They go to 12-5 on the season, just one left in the regular season, and then the playoffs. And a reminder, you can get the tickets for the first playoff game. It's August 3rd at the Wells Fargo Center. The opponent to be determined between Orlando, Tampa, and New Orleans. One of those three as it goes right down to the wire. And then maybe a second home playoff game for the conference championship. That depends on what happens in San Antonio this weekend. And that will happen a lot. Look at that dude with this man, Jason Jones. The tight end, which is almost like a guard in the three-man offensive line of the Arena Football League. Welcome to the show. Long overdue.
Yes, sir.
We have to get a few more passes your way before you got out of here. How many you got? 7 on the year now, I think?
Yeah, I think I got 7, 2 touchdowns. I don't have any yards. My first couple ones, I was in the negative.
See, it always confuses me when I'm calling the game as the play-by-play guy, because I'm always confusing you with Tiger Jones. It was about this big compared to you. How big are you, James?
6'4", less than 400. I'm just saying.
Less than 400.
The coach always says that, so I'm just saying less than that.
Wow. Wow. Hey, well, you were telling me when you played college ball at Idaho and Illinois State a little bit. You came out of Los Angeles, by the way, hometown. Did you like defensive line more, right?
That's always been my passion. Just watching guys rush the passer, getting sacks, celebrating. Obviously with me and Tiger, you see that. Just having those lights on you, as one player being able to take over the game.
Yeah.
I just love that aspect of it. Just as I got older, teams just kept saying, you look like an offensive lineman. You look like, you can block. I didn't want to do it. Finally stuck. You can only run for so long when we call it.
Because an offensive line, in a pass-happy offense, you're always kind of backing up. And on defense, you're firing out forward.
Yeah.
This is what I noticed. When you get down near that goal line, and they start looking to give the ball on the run to Derrick Ross, they always go to your side, don't they?
That's right, too. Me and CJ, we argue about that. When Coach calls some of the plays, if ever he gives a play call to my side, I say, hey, you gotta run behind the money.
Christian Johnson, the other
guard. But he's been great. Like I said, he's been doing it for years with Ross. Every step of the way, I think CJ's been blocking for him. I'm just, blessed to be a part of the line that's been helping them break records.
Well, you guys have something different than anyone else in the AFL. You have a legitimate running game.
Yeah.
It's not just a guy to block back there. Derrick's.
I've noticed that since he came in the league.
Yeah.
Just watching him on tape, he's an NFL runner.
Yeah.
Like just naturally. And then you start to hear about him, talk to him, that he was in the NFL. So you can definitely see those traits and characteristics of it. He's bulked up to take on some of the pounding with the linebackers. So it's the perfect match. Like if you can create a guy for this league at fullback,
there he is.
Ross is where you would start.
There is. And you realize this right now? Your fullback is the leading rusher in the league. Your quarterback is a top-rated quarterback. Tiger Jones is now the top receiver in the league. It's about time that you guys got some recognition on that offensive line.
I felt like coming into the season that Carvalho was the best center in the league. I felt like CJ was the best guard in the league. And so that just left it open for me. And knowing that the pride that I have in myself, my game, I had to match their level.
I'll tell you, I don't know how they defend you. The big man, you fake the block and slip out, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of different plays we got. And that's another thing asset of having Ross. A lot of the linebackers are watching him, so when he goes one way, they forget about me.
Right.
So I'm wide open because everybody's following him.
That's why the Soul is also the #1 rated offense in all of the AFL, and right now the team to beat at 12-5 heading into the playoffs. But Jason Jones, big tight end, look for him on the field this weekend against San Antonio. The weekend after that, August 3rd, right there, the first playoff game of the season at the Wells Fargo Center. Get your tickets now and stay with us now on Foods Galore Soul Insider and meet Larico Stevenson from the defense. We'll be right back.
Ticket packages are available for the next Soul home game. Call the ticket office at 888-789-SOUL or PhiladelphiaSoul.com.
Ron Jaworski here for Stop Pain, the topical pain reliever I reach for when I need to stop pain cold. Nothing lasts longer. Stop paying no man.
Cut!
Huh?
Just nice for queso.
Hell no, Cole, you ain't have my. Why you ain't getting none?
They ain't have no more.
You're
Y'all
lying.
killed
They
it.
had a whole bunch of queso.
Come on, Cole.
It
It's Panchero. They make queso,
was empty.
and they were gonna make some more. All you had to do was ask, Cole.
They was gonna make some. I was gonna wait.
You asked?
I wanted to see it too. I looked at the thing. It was empty.
You didn't ask.
It wasn't
Dude would have been like, bang,
Oh well.
queso.
You know it wasn't empty, man. They're lying.
I would have got queso and chips.
You got queso on your bowl.